I'm so excited to show you a brand new feature inside of Berries that's changing the way I work with my clients. It's called the Session Assistant. So whether I'm prepping for a session, if I'm deep in the middle of one, or I'm just wrapping up a session, the Session Assistant is always just a click away, helping me stay organized, focused, and confident. So to get started, you would just select a client like you normally would. Of course, these are not real clients. I'm going to choose Heather Jones here. And as you can see, there's a new tab here. It's called Session Assistant. So you click the Session Assistant and voila, you're in the session with the client, recording the session if you want to, or this is the before prep or the after follow-up. Either way, you can use the new Session Assistant side by side with what you're doing with your client work. So from here, everything you're trying to do is beautifully organized inside of the assistant. So we have preparation, the assistant, the diagnosis, and the treatment plan right here at your fingertips. In the preparation tab, I can quickly catch up on recent history with my client. I can review the last session summary here. I can get oriented before stepping into the session with my client. So it's like having a snapshot of the client's journey at my fingertips. As you can see, this covers follow-up things that we talked about during the last session, and then a summary of the last session. As you can see, we've got follow-ups here, things that the assistant is suggesting that I follow up on in this session. And then it also has a summary of the last session's content and what we talked about. Next, we have the Assistant tab. Before or during the session, I can use the Assistant tab to ask Barry's questions, whether it's about clinical guidance or workflow tips, and get real-time insights without breaking my focus with the client. Just to demonstrate this, I can hit case conceptualization, hit enter, and it's going to give me a really robust case conceptualization right here that I can read before the session. During the session, I can get reminded of the diagnosis, presenting problems that we started out with, history that's really pertinent to what we're talking about and working on in session. There's all kinds of hot buttons down here you can click on immediately to help you get more information or to help you through the session. This homework assignment button, for example, let's say you're in a session, you're wrapping it up, and you want to get some feedback right then and there, click the homework assignment. You can say, by the way, before you go, I would love to talk to you about a homework assignment that I can give you over the next couple of weeks to work on. And then as you can see, I click the button and it says, here's a clinically appropriate evidence-based homework assignment tailored for Heather Jones' current treatment plan goals and clinical presentation. So it's giving it to me right here, telling me all the different things that we could give the client to do right here if I'm still even in the session with the client, which is totally amazing. Communication practice worksheet, mindfulness practice, the rationale, why it thinks we should incorporate that into our work with the client. Of course, we're always using our clinical judgment and taking the assistant's advice in one ear and using our clinical judgment in the other. But this is an amazing tool to have in your back pocket while you're working with your client. And then we have the diagnosis tab. The diagnosis tab is used before or after the session. The diagnosis tab gives me smart suggestions to support my clinical thinking, the past work I've done with the client, or real time. If I'm working with the client in session, I can click the diagnosis tab and talk to the client about possible diagnoses that I'm thinking about, interact with the client about it and see what their thoughts are about it. But I've got this assistant right here to give me the suggestions that I need. And lastly, we have the treatment plan tool. It helps me update goals or care steps right on the spot. So no more switching between tools or trying to remember what we discussed before or what I had written down for their treatment goals or interventions. I just click on this tab and it's real time pulled up during the session for me to interact with, to look at, to talk to the client about, and to update in the assistant if I want to. So as you can see, this is more than just a new feature. It's a whole new way to work with your clients before the session, in the session, and after. And I can't wait for you to try it out. Thanks for watching, and thank you for all of the work that you do every day with your clients.